Okay, today we shall look at this 19 NT paper 1. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of the diagram above. Okay, so rotational symmetry is after you rotate the shape 360 degree, how many times does it repeat itself? So you can see that for this diagram, when it rotates 360 degree, okay, it will repeat itself 2 times. Okay, so the rotational order is 2. Okay, and then the next question asks you to shape one square of the diagram so that it will only have one line of symmetry. Okay, so where do I shape this square? Okay, so you can shape any square along this. Okay, this is one possible answer because if I shape this square, if I cut like this is the line of symmetry. Okay, it will work. Or you can also shade this square because if I shade this square, I can cut here, it will still be the left and the right side is still the same. Okay, so there are many possible answers. So this could be one answer as well. So as long as you shade along this column, okay, it will be acceptable. Okay, because if you shade along this column, the line of symmetry will cut it exactly into half. All right. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Find an expression for the nth term of the sequence. Okay, so let's look at what's the difference. So go to the next term, you plus 3, right? So you know that every term is you have to add a 3. Okay, so when you have a multiples of 3, you just write down 3n. Okay, that will give you 1 mark first. And what you do is you write down the multiples of 3 below the sequence. 3, 6, 9, 12. For each multiple of 3, how do you get to the original sequence? You can see that from the 3, right? You need to add a 7 to get a 10. From the 6, you need to add a 7 to get a 13, and so on and so forth. So for every multiples of 3, you need to plus 7. Okay, so that's how you get the nth. And you can actually check. When n equals to 3, your 3n plus 7 will be 9 plus 7, which is 16. So is my third term 16? Yes, it's 16. So I know my sequence is correct. My nth term is correct. Okay. All right, let's look at the next question. Triangles ABC and PQR are similar. Work out the length of side AB. Okay, they are similar means their ratio is equal. For example, you see that AC matches with PR. Can you see that? So 6, 4. So from 6 to 4, how do you multiply by okay, hold on. You multiply by what? Okay, never mind. Let's do this method. Okay, so you can see that the big triangle and the small triangle is 6 cm to 4 cm. Okay, so if the small triangle is 8 cm, okay, what will be the big triangle? Right, so what you can do, you can find 1 cm first, you divide by 4, so it's 6 over 4. And now you times 8. Okay, what do you get? You get 12 cm, am I right? So the answer is 12 cm. Okay, so it's actually similar. For similar triangle, their sides are proportional. You can just use this proportion concept to solve. Okay, so this is the big triangle, this is a small triangle. Okay, this is one way to solve it. Right, let's look at this triangle. Okay, you're asked to find the reflex angle. So they already draw for this angle you want to find, and you are given that this is 62. So you need to know that the angles at the point is 360 degree. So to find the reflex angle, you take 360 degree minus 42. and you get 318. Okay, to find the length of BC. Okay, to find the length of BC, right? This one you have to use this angle 42 degree and this 7 cm. Okay, so using your Torcaso, right? Okay, this will be your adjacent, and you have to find the length opposite to this angle. So you have to use your tangent ratio. So tangent 42 degree equals to opposite over adjacent, which is 7 cm. So to find the opposite side, you need to take 7 times tangent 42 degree, and that will give you 6.30 cm. Okay, right? 3SF. Okay, if the answer is not exact, round off to 3 sig figs. Okay, the Torcaso is a bit too difficult for some of you, so make sure you can at least find the reflex angle, right? Okay, let's look at question 5. A tourist from New Zealand changes New Zealand $500 into Singapore dollars at Changi Airport. The exchange rate on that day was 1 New Zealand dollar is Singapore $0.9768. Calculate how many Singapore dollars. Okay, so you have New Zealand, $1 is to Singapore dollar 0.9768. So if you have New Zealand $500, how much Singapore dollar do you have? You need to correct to the nearest dollar. So you can see that it's just multiplied by 400. So 500 times 0.9768, and that will give you 488.40. But the question asks you to round to the nearest dollar, so it'll be 488. Okay, this one is not too difficult. It's quite straightforward. Okay, next. Triangle LNQ is a triangle. LQ is parallel to MP. Calculate angle MPN. So you need to find MPN, which is this angle. Okay, so first of all, you know that these two lines are parallel. So this gives us a clue that using alternate angle, right? Angle LPM equals to 40 degree. So this is 40. Okay, so to find the angle MPN, right? Since you know that this is 40, you just, the angle on a straight line, always remember angle on a straight line is 180 degree. So I just take 180 degree, take away 40, take away 25. That will give me my angle MPN, which is 115 degree. Okay, 115. All right. That's one way to do it. Okay, that's one way to do it. Okay, calculate the area of the sector OAB, center O, radius 9 cm, and center angle. So we also find area of the sector. So area of sector, please memorize this formula. You take the 80 degree divided by 360 times pi times r squared. Please remember this formula, okay? Your radius is 9 square, and what you have is 56.5 cm squared, round to 3 sig fig. So 56.5. Okay, please memorize the formula. It's 3 marks. Okay, memorize the formula. Okay, let's move on. Construct an equilateral triangle ABC, side AB. Okay, so what you should be doing is you need to measure the length of AB, and then using your compass, right, you should draw the arc and then find the point which is actually your C, and then join using your straight ruler. Okay, make sure that these three sides are equal length, because equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. Okay, all sides are equal. All right. Okay. Now, construct an isosceles triangle PQR with base PQ and the two sides of the triangle is 7 cm. So using your compass, you measure 7 cm between the legs of the compass and then draw an arc like this. Okay, at point P and point Q and then join using ruler. Okay, these two sides must be equal and it must be 7 cm because it's an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle are two sides are equal. Two sides are equal. Okay. You must use compass. It's compass to draw. Okay. Okay, let's move on. A formula containing D and H is given by 2D equals to 3H plus 14. Find D when H equals to 5.2. So when H is 5.2, your 2D equals to, okay, press calculator, you get 29.6, but that is the value of 2D. And you need to divide by 2, so your D will be 14.8. Okay, 14.8. Okay, so remember you need to divide by the 2. Okay, so if you still have any question about this constructing the triangle, please ask your teacher in class. They will show you how to use your compass to draw. Okay, all right, let's move on. Okay, rearrange the formula to make H the subject. So this is the formula. If I want to make H the subject, what I do first is I take away the 14 first. And I end up with 2D minus 14 equal to 3H. And in order to find H, I divide both sides by 3. So I'll have 2D minus 14 over 3. So H equal to 2D minus 14 over 3. Okay. Okay, let's look at the question 10. The entrance charges for the Flower Dome Dover Conservatory in Marina Bay Gardens are shown. Mr. and Mrs. Jenner and their 11-year-old daughter are from New Zealand, so they are foreigners. So we must look at overseas visitor. Okay, so 11-year-old daughter, so that means she's a child. There are two adults here. They are staying with their friend Mr. and Mrs. Tan, who are both Singapore adults. Okay, they all decided to visit the Flower Dome. Calculate their total entrance charge. So total, right? So what you do is the two foreigner adult is $28. So you take $28 times the two adult. You plus the child, which is because she's 11 years old, she's the $15. Then there is Mr. and Mrs. Tan, Singapore adult. So you need to get the Singapore adult. So they are $20 for two persons. So you take $20 times two. And what you have is $111. Okay. 111. Okay, this one is quite easy. It's 4 marks, so it's like a giveaway. Make sure you can do this question. It's not difficult at all. I don't know why they give 4 marks for this question. I think it's to help you. So make sure you to score for this question. Okay. For safety, okay, let's look at question 11. For safety reasons, the length of a wheelchair ramp is 12 times the height of the step. The height of the step is 0.4 meter. Find the length of the ramp. Okay, the length of the ramp is 12 times the height. So 12 times the height is 0.4. So this one is quite easy. It's just 4.8 meter. So you see, it's 2 marks. So easy. Okay. Don't need to think too much. The diagram shows the step and the ramp. Okay. Using your answer to part A, calculate the length. Calculate the length of calculate the length of uh calculate the length of AB. So the ramp we calculated is 4.8 meter. Okay. So how do we calculate the length of AB? What kind of triangle is this? Okay, you can see that it's a right angle triangle. So you can use Pythagoras theorem, right? Okay, using Pythagoras theorem, your AB square root. Okay, so when you use the Pythagoras theorem, right? Because you're finding AB, this is the longer side. 4.8 is the longer side, it's the hypotenuse. So in order to find AB, which is the shorter, remember you must take the longer side minus the shorter side. Please do not add, because you're finding the shorter side. So please minus. Okay, you need to minus, and you have 4.78 meter up. Okay, round out to 3 sig feet. Okay, why minus and not plus? Because you're finding the shorter side. If you're finding the longer side, you have to add. Okay. Okay, this one is a bit lot of words, huh? Okay, a delivery company charges a basic cost of $6 for the delivery of a parcel. The delivery company makes an extra charge for larger parcel and an extra charge for heavier parcels. So a basic cost of $6, okay. Extra charge for larger parcel. If the length of A and B and C is more than 200 cm, the extra charge is $3 for each additional 20 cm or part of 20 cm. Okay. So for every 20 cm is extra charge of $3. So there's extra charge of heavier parcel, and extra charge is made if the mass is greater than 5 kg. Okay. Alright. Calculate the total cost to deliver a parcel measuring 40 by 50 by 150 for a mass of 4 kg. Okay, so if it's 40 by 50 by 150, so 40 plus 50 plus 150 cm, that would give me 240 cm. So 240 cm, you need to add $6. Okay, need to add $6. Okay, and it is 4 kg. So 4 kg is no extra charge because your mass is less than 5. So it's $6. You need to plus the $6 basic cost. So total is $12 because there's a basic cost of $6 and there's additional cost of $6. So in total it's $12. Okay, calculate the total cost to deliver a parcel 30 by 40 by 130. Okay, now it's 30 plus 40 plus 130. That will give me 200 cm. 200 cm. So 200 cm is here. So there's no extra charge. But the mass is 18 kg. So 18 kg, you look at this, it's between 15 to 20. So there's an extra charge of $21. Okay, then you plus the $6 basic cost. So in total it's $27. This 200 cm tells you that you don't need to pay anything for the extra charge lah, but you need to pay extra charge for the mass. Okay. Calculate the total cost to deliver a parcel measuring 40 by 40 by 200 with a mass of 25 kg. So you add the three sides is 280 cm. So you go to your table where is 280 cm. Okay, you can see that there's no 280 cm, so you have to extend. So if you look at, they are all multiples of 3. So this one will be 369, this one will be $12. Okay, so you have to add $12 plus the $6 basic plus the mass of the box is 25 kg. So 25 kg, so it's here. So you need to plus the $26. Okay, so total you will have $44. Okay, so it looks difficult, but it's actually quite easy. Okay, okay. Lastly, okay, invitation to a party are printed on cards which measure 200 by 100 by 0.5. 10 mm is 1 cm. The organizer has 600 of these cards. The cards are placed on top of each other to form a cuboid. Okay, so 200 by 100, 200 by 100 mm is actually the surface area of the cards. So the cards are stacked up with many layers. So basically, it asks you what is this H, and each card the thickness is 0.5 mm. So you have 600 of these, you times 600, which will give you 300 mm. So the height is 300. Okay, calculate the volume of this cuboid in cubic millimeters. So millimeter cube. So it's 200 times 100 times 300. So you would have 6 million millimeter cube. 6 million. Okay. So if I want to change to cubic centimeter, so what I do is, if I want to change to cubic centimeter, I would change the mm to cm. It's easier that way. Okay. This is mm, right? Change all this to cm. So you divide by 10. Use this conversion. You divide by 10, so it's 20 cm times 10 cm times 30 cm. And that will give me 6,000 cm cube. Okay. Okay, each card has a mass of 7 gram. Calculate the total mass in kilogram of all the cards. So one card is equals to 7 grams. There are 600 cards, right? So you take 600 times 7, that will give you 4,200 gram. 4,200 gram, you divide by 1,000 to give you kg. So it's 4.2 kg. Okay. Okay, you must remember 1 kg equals to 1,000 gram. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Okay. So please do correction. If you have any issue, please uh, ask your teachers, okay, in class. All right. All the best. Okay.